What's up, everyone? My name is Grizz. Welcome back for the 12th and final episode of Season 1 of Chainsaw Man. It's been a fun, enjoyable journey. Only 12 weeks, nothing too long or crazy, but it's been unique, fun, interesting thing for me to watch. At the time of recording this, there's still no announcement for a second season, which is weird to me. I felt like this would be something they immediately followed up on, but I guess that's okay. I'm assuming it'll come at some point. Regardless, we still have to finish this season itself. Last week we went for revenge against Sawatari and the Katana Devil, with Aki making contact with Sawatari and Denji going on his way to find the Katana Devil. Still has yet to find him, but by the episode title, I'm assuming he's gonna find him. After his contract being made with the future devil, Aki went into battle, but things are looking a little grim for him as he was getting choked out there near the end. I was assuming somebody was gonna come save him by the end of the last episode, and I still think someone's gonna do that this episode. I hope this gets wrapped up maybe about like 14-15 minutes into the episode, and then we get like introduced to some new stuff, or like left on like some cliffhangers type of thing going into whatever would be the following season. I just kind of want them to like lead into something and don't leave us on absolutely nothing and leave us on just like a good place to end, you know? Anyways, we're just gonna have to get into the episode and see. Feel free to leave a like or subscribe to the channel if you want or enjoy this reaction. Also check out any of the other reactions on the channel. As this season is finally coming to an end, the winter season will begin. I am going to be doing Tokyo Revenger Season 2 and Vinland Saga Season 2, which I am both very excited about. After the discussion portion in this episode, I'll also be doing a kind of overall recap, quick like summary and thoughts and opinions on the entirety of this season. So if you just wanted to hear my overall thoughts and opinions on that, you can skip to that timestamp into the episode. Yeah, I don't really got too much more I want to say. Let's just finish out this season. My man's being choked to death, and then he's gonna pass out, and his life will flash before him, and he sees Himeno. He's gonna be seeing her soon. That's peer pressure and to do something unhealthy. Yeah, that was a lie. You're ready to develop an addiction, yes. That's how you do it. Did it drop him? Did it recognize him? Is that a thing? I don't understand. Where'd Sawatari go? No, she's still there. Did it just recognize him? Is it because it's still contracted to her, technically? Light the shit up. Is this fear to see, but it knew? I'm a little confused.
Himeno-senpai.
Not right now. Oh, now we gotta fight the snake. And our last OP. I'm just noticing that like all the fiends and stuff that were in the last episode are all in the theater here, and I thought it was only the angel. Well, well, well. What do you got to say now, Sawatari? Snake. Oh, Kobeni. Good shit. I need information. She has nothing else to do. She just like me. Is Power gonna help him? They're working together here. What is that? Why does she have an arm? Yeah, I know. Oh. Hey, wrong floor. No, it's like... Excuse us. Yeah, go up, go up. Yeah, just go. Just go. Yeah, I would have did what you did. Are you nervous? Just tired. Be prepared. Yup. Because they're not people anymore. Also, nobody ever feel bad for him, so... No. We're gonna fight. Okay. There we go. Nice. Oh my god. I didn't kicking someone so hard they go flying through buildings. Ah yes, a classic fight on the train. This is what we needed. Lovely. That's valid. Better than it was before. Better than it was when your grandpa was putting me up this shit. He trained for a reason. Here we go. Nice. Oh. Oh. Lady, go. Oh. Lady, run. Well, that's one way to grow your fear. Fear level max out. Sliced in half. Oh, another arm. Oh, now we just got a head. Just getting started. It's true. Now he's aerodynamic. Oh shit. I don't even know how he's gonna fight now. Has he got another one? Oh, what the fuck? He's taking his lesson serious. I did not expect that to occur. That's cool.
俺と同じなんだな。てめえの手の刀抜いたらさ、真っ二つの体もくっついたぜ。てめえは姫の先輩を殺した。
He did.
面のいい美人が、てめえのせいで世界から人が減ったんだ。早川の先輩も参加するか。
We're having a contest.
お前は何を言ってお互いにこいつの金玉を蹴っていった。
Ah,
警察が来るまで
lovely.
に一番でけえ悲鳴を出させたやつの勝ち。
Lovely.
勝ったら何くれんだそりゃもちろんこいつの玉金や。
So what do they do with Sawatari? They just lock her up as well?
姫野先輩、天国まで聞こえるか。俺たちからあんたへのレクイエムだ。
Beautiful. It's a great way to put it. We don't know that. Makima might. Was that her own snake? Yeah. Interesting. It's time. This is kind of what I wanted so far. They wrapped it up. They left us time to possibly introduce stuff. Unless it's just Himeno closure for him even more, but I thought he had enough there. You don't need to, buddy. Smoke it away. The first scene from the whole show in the door. He's having a nightmare. There it is.
いつも見る夢だ。いつも見て。いつも忘れる夢。
デンジ。
落ちた。
デンジ。絶対に開けちゃダメだ。
Okay, but he still has some trauma. Is that all that was? Or am I Was there something I completely am not understanding?
デンジ君はさ、田舎のネズミと都会のネズミ、どっちがいい？
All right, that's a wrap for season 1. They set up the episode kind of how I wanted to, only went for a little bit and then kind of tried to venture into something else. But I don't know what they really set up besides whatever that ending scene was, which we'll get to in a bit. The dream thing as well, and the thing with Aki, there's some stuff I wasn't too sure what the whole meaning of just showing them the way they did was, but I'll try and talk myself through it and maybe get a better understanding. Essentially, we have 2 fights, and the first one is Aki and Sawatari. Aki going against the Ghost Devil at the time is getting choked out and gets dropped by it then, because the Ghost Devil can't see, but it can sense things or something. I'm a little confused by that still. Regardless, it drops him and hands him a cigarette in which has Easy Revenge written on it, which we're assuming was something by Himeno and was then ordered to be given to Aki at some point, so somehow it recognized it was him. Aki then takes this and decides to kill off the Ghost Devil, which is smart. In a way, it's kind of like letting Himeno rest. And then it's just him versus Sawatari, but then Kobeni shows up and is able to basically trap her so that she really can't do anything. They were planning to take her into custody to question her, but then she used her Snake Devil in order to kill herself so that she didn't have to deal with any of this, which was probably smart on her end, and I honestly thought that was pretty cool. Didn't expect that to occur. The second fight between Denji and the Katana Devil was really cool, really well animated, and just really fun to watch. The Katana Devil basically opened up, starting and talked about why Denji doesn't feel anything, and talking about him not having a heart, which is something that Denji went into a few episodes ago, about how he feels like he's missing it in more than one way. The dude basically explains how even when he has to kill off zombies at night, sometimes he struggles to sleep and he has nightmares over this type of stuff, but he never really mentioned it about like actual people, because he was also responsible for killing of Himeno in a way, even though I guess it was Sawatari who did it. But still, does he struggle to sleep over that stuff, or is it literally just the zombie thing because he has a connection to his grandpa and the zombies? I don't know. Regardless, Denji doesn't have any feelings towards that because of the broken heart thing or the no heart thing. They have their cool fun exchange with the fighting. Denji loses all of his arms, and then we had that really cool moment where the katana went through and charged at Denji and basically like used Denji's chainsaw and like broke it into pieces, but realistically Denji was able to use his head to go straight through him, which was just something cool. I didn't honestly expect that to occur either. We had some closure, I guess, for Aki, as Denji basically proposed after they had the Katana Devil chained up. Denji was like, let's just kick him in the nuts a whole bunch. And Aki, who was put off by the idea at first, thought about it a bit more, took a look at the Easy Revenge cigarette, and then decided to hop aboard and do it. I don't know if that's just because it's literally what the cigarette says, and in his way it was Himeno saying take, the little things that you can get, don't have to look at like the big picture, just take the easy revenge here. He did something bad, you can get easy revenge by just kick him in the nuts a whole bunch. Exactly what it was, I don't know. What the cigarette signifies in a way, I don't really understand. I thought it was going to be something that was more along the lines of he has that to always refer to, and he doesn't have to, it lets him stop his smoking habit, it lets him have that, it's like a piece of her to remember. But then at the end we see the sequence and he ends up looking at it and then he just smokes it away. Maybe that was his closure in a way. He was able to use that, and then maybe he'll stop now. Not even that the smoking is important, I don't know. I am a little confused by that, but I'm not too certain. Somebody maybe could let me know what exactly the meaning of that was. Overall, I thought that was good. I really loved Aki's line about them kicking him in the nuts and how they were playing the Requiem for Himeno. I thought that was a really, really cool line. Makima had her meeting with somebody higher up and explained everything that was happening, and it appears that they seem ready to start finding the Gun Devil now, and they have enough pieces to really start leading them where they need to be. So I think that's entirely what season 2 itself will be focused on. Will be, I guess, working towards that. Denji was having his nightmares at the end. I'm not too certain what that was all to signify. Maybe that has something to do with the heart thing or not thinking about the people that he killed, but he said he has the same dream over. So why he thinks back on it constantly? Is it just because he can see Pachita? Is there more meaning behind it that we're not able to understand? Is he missing something and he like in his past life and he wants to get back to it? I don't really know. Could just be him reflecting on where he was and where he is now and constantly trying to remind himself of where he came up from and not to get distracted type of thing. I'm not too certain. And then at the end we had somebody talking who I don't recognize who, and they basically asked him if he would rather be a country or city mouse. I don't know what that means at all. Is that just where you would rather live or be? I don't know. I don't know the meaning of any of that. That's all I could think, quiet versus more, wild city life type of thing. But I don't know how that really relates to any of this. Mainly because I don't know what to relate it to. I guess just his life, and maybe he wants to be not in the middle of all this stuff anymore. But I don't really understand. But I'm assuming that the purpose of that line is to set you up and think about something, and it's going to introduce stuff for the next season. That's literally the whole purpose. So I don't really have much that I want to go off on that now. And I'd rather just wait for another season to really have to think about it. But overall, cool way to close it out. I wish they'd give us maybe a little bit more to start thinking about or going into the next season, but they didn't. But that's okay, because I guess they gave us that line at the end to think about. And also the idea that we have the gun devil that we're going to start going after to look forward to. So I guess there's like a few things in there that they did. So overall, enjoyable episode. It was good. Chainsaw Man Season 1, overall thoughts and opinions. These are my, I guess, just general thoughts and not going crazy in depth with anything. Animation, check, really good. I thought all the voice actors and actresses did excellent job for what they were trying to do. Nothing like that really stuck out to me. Episode 1, I know early on I had CGI issues. I wasn't like too angry about it, but I still wasn't like the biggest fan of it. It grew on me. It was something that I think became a bit more, I became a bit more okay with as time went on. Maybe it was just because I grew more used to it. It was similar to, I think, when I started watching Beastars, for example, and it caught me off guard for the first like episode or two, but then once I got used to it, it didn't really do it as much. I think that's literally the only thing that was really throwing me off early on. And honestly, it was pretty good. It's not like it's the most like atrocious CGI ever. It's pretty good. Still one of those things you wish was hand drawn, but it's like, it really isn't that big a deal. And it made for some interesting and cool scenes overall. So I thought the show had some good comedy mixed in. The characters are enjoyable. There wasn't anything I didn't dislike about them. They all had different dynamics and just worked really well together. There were some unexpected moments that occurred, which was nice to see. Typical, not sticking to the most, typical shonen paths that there is. All the fights and action and stuff was done really well. I don't know though if it really did too much for me. I'm not somebody who gets overly hyped seeing a lot of this type of stuff, because this isn't like my primary favorite type of stuff. I love just story in general and not so much watching people fight and action in general. And I don't know if this like really like got me going crazy at any moment, but there aren't really a lot of shows that like get me really feeling that until maybe like later on, especially when I get like more invested in characters and stuff usually. So I'm not really too worried about me not feeling anything on this, and I can visually see why people absolutely love certain stuff like this. I'm also just not like attached to really any of the characters right now. Not that like any of them are bad or anything, but none of them just really like grew that I like love or really like any of them. I think they're all just good, enjoyable characters. Loved the OP. The EDs were all cool to see different ones. I don't know if I haven't actually gone back and ever really listened to any of them, so maybe I'll do that again and see if any of them stick with me. But I don't know, it was just cool to see different ones all the time. Compared to like other newer gen shonens that I've watched, which not too many of them really come to my mind, but it's a little difficult to compare it to one of those, and we don't have to compare it, but if just for reference, if I were going to, it's a little difficult to say something like Demon Slayer or JJK, where their first seasons each were multi-cored, so they had more time to flesh out their characters and stories a bit more, whereas this, it had to do it in a shorter amount of time. So we could easily take the first 12 episodes of each of those two series that I just compared it to, and for reference decide which one did what better type of thing. And overall, I think this show in these first 12 episodes did more and was just significantly better than the other two were. But where the other two really shined was in their second core. That second leg is really what pushed them, which is what I'm expecting a second season of this show to really do, is really elevate it to another level. That being said, I do think it was more interesting, had more interesting characters, and just everything about it I liked more than either of those two shows. So even in 12 episodes, I think it did a better job than both of those two did throughout their entire 24 episode run for me. However, with all that said, I don't think this is the most groundbreaking thing I've ever seen. I don't think this is the deepest thing I've ever seen. I don't think it's the most unique or any of that I've ever seen. I do expect it to be elevated in second, and I'm assuming there'd probably be a third season of this. So if there were 3 seasons it took to fully adapt, I'd assume those 2 seasons are going to be significantly better story-wise than this one was. And overall, I am excited just to see where this has to go, though. But with that being said, if I gave it a rating right now, I'm probably feeling around an 8 out of 10 for this first season. Definitely a lot I think can be improved and make it better based off of just what I know by rating on sites like Mal and just the amount of people who are really into it and love this manga itself. I only expect it to get better from this point on. Also, if you're not familiar with any other of Tatsuki Fujimoto's works, some of them I definitely recommend, mainly just his one-shots and Look Back and Goodbye Eri, as both of them are really, really good, especially Goodbye Eri. But yeah, that's going to be all from me for this. As I said earlier in the episode, next season I will be doing Vinland Saga Season 2, which I am beyond excited about, and the second season of Tokyo Revengers, and maybe something else in between then or till then. I'm not too sure. If there's something maybe you want to see, let me know. Feel free to leave a like, would make me happy. Same thing with the subscription. Follow me on Twitter and my anime list. Both links are in the description, and thank you for joining me on this journey. I'll be back whenever season 2 starts, and also for the other shows, so feel free to check those out. Peace.